I want to know, and I think everybody wants to know, you have this Democratic leader who many blame for one of the worst drubbings in decades, yet she's going to retain power. How?
Remarkable. The Democratic caucus is much smaller than it was before the election, and actually the people who lost on election day were the people who would be most likely to vote against Nancy Pelosi. And the smaller, more liberal caucus really wanted Nancy Pelosi to stick around because she's the only Democrat who can really stand up to the Obama White House if they try to work and compromise with Republicans more than the liberals would like.
So really, this is maybe less about her than it is controlling the White House.
She'll make sure that the House Democrats still have a seat at the table in administration discussions, that it won't just be an Obama-John Boehner conversation, that Pelosi will be a part of that.
Privately, though, do some lawmakers acknowledge that, she's sort of been the face of this horrible election season?
Totally, absolutely. $60 million was spent during this campaign on ads specifically attacking Nancy Pelosi.
Gorged on our taxpayer dollars, Pelosi has grown into a power-hungry Goliath, defying the will of the American people.
A lot of Democrats who lost in some of those swing districts lost because their Republican opponents tied them to Nancy Pelosi.
My first vote won't be to make Nancy Pelosi Speaker. I'm Kristi Noem, and I approve this message. Sorry, Nancy.
And all of a sudden now, after this giant election, the biggest in more than half a century, the people who are left after the election are Barack Obama, Harry Reid, who won re-election, and now Nancy Pelosi, still leading the Democratic Party. So there's not the change that a lot of voters probably expected when they sent Republicans to Washington in these huge numbers. She's also very nervous that if she left, she would be blamed for the losses. So by sticking around, she is trying to prevent herself from becoming a scapegoat for Democrats losing control of the House.
At the end of the month, congressional leaders, the new leaders, and the president sit down. What can we expect after that?
The Senate Democrats are meeting today to talk about tax cuts. Ultimately, Obama is trying to get some momentum. He's trying to show the American people that he wants to work with Republicans and that they can no longer be the party of no. Republicans want to be able to show that they're willing to work with Obama, but they also have to show the Tea Party that they're not going to compromise these fiscal values that they got elected to proffer. So ultimately, we're going to probably see a photo spray, but not a lot of real progress at that meeting on November 30th.
Okay, enough about Congress. Let's talk about Sarah Palin. Everybody's talking about her daughter on Dancing with the Stars, her show on TLC, and now this new article, this New York Times Magazine article is her first sort of strongest indication that she's maybe serious about this.
Yeah, she's doing everything to suggest that she's running for president. But it's also important to note that while this is a very significant step, she also needs to give people the idea that she's running for president in order to maintain her celebrity so that she can sell books and get paid $100,000 to give speeches.
Wow, so maybe this is all just to keep her name out there.
Possible. But that said, it looks a heck of a lot more likely today than it did a month ago that she would run for president. And if you watch the TLC show, it's one big advertisement for Alaska and for Sarah Palin. It's very positive in the sense that she's putting her best foot forward. You don't see the things about Sarah Palin that make her so polarizing and divisive to so many in the electorate. So we're going to have Sarah Palin to talk about for a long time, no matter what she decides to do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Take it easy.